The very first episode of Star Trek aired on September 8, 1966. In the 50 years since then, the series has become one of the most important franchises in Hollywood, spawning 6 more shows, including Star Trek, the animated series and the upcoming Star Trek, Discovery, and 13 films, with the 14th in pre-production. In honor of the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, the original series, Wonderwall.com is taking a look back at 26 celebrities who've popped up in the franchise. Starting with Dwayne Johnson. The Rock portrayed a gladiator-like Pandari champion in a 2000 episode of Star Trek, Voyager. Now keep reading for more. Related, the hottest stars of fall TV shows. Pre-fame Chris Hemsworth made his feature film debut in 2009 Star Trek. He portrayed George Kirk, the father of Chris Pine's Captain James T. Kirk. The comely co-stars are set to reunite in the upcoming 14th Star Trek film. Related, celebs on vacation in summer 2016. Pre-fame Tom Hardy portrayed the main villain, Shinzon, a Romulan-created clone of Captain Jean-Luc Picard and the leader of the Reman people, in 2002 Star Trek, Nemesis. Related, Bad Boys of Summer TV in 1993. Kirsten Dunst appeared as Hendril, a child from a telepathic race, on an episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation. A pre-fame Sarah Silverman portrayed astronomer Rain Robinson, who encounters the crew of the Voyager when they're thrown back in time. On 2 episodes of Star Trek, Voyager in 1996 and 1991. A rising star by the name of Christian Slater portrayed an unnamed Red Shirt communications officer in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Ashley Judd made her acting debut as Ensign Robin Leffler on 2 episodes of Star Trek, The Next Generation in 1991. Iman portrayed the flirtatious criminal shapeshifter Marcia, who attempts to kill Captain James T. Kirk and Dr. Leonard McCoy. In 1991 Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Kelsey Grammer portrayed Captain Morgan Battison, who stuck in a time loop. On a 1992 episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation. Famke Janssen made her television debut in 1992 on Star Trek, The Next Generation. She portrayed the seductive Kamala, a metamorph who accidentally bonds with Captain Jean-Luc Picard in 1988. Terry Hatcher portrayed Lieutenant B.G. Robinson, a transporter operator, on an episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation. Kirstie Alley made her feature film debut in 1982 Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. She portrayed the Vulcan Starfleet cadet trainee Saavik but was replaced by actress Robin Curtis in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock and Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. Adam Scott briefly popped up as the Red Shirt Con officer of the USS Defiant in 1996 Star Trek, First Contact. It's the Enterprise. His character memorably declares as the starship swoops in to rescue his crew as they're attacked by the Borg. Tyler Perry portrayed Admiral Richard Barnett, who presided over the Starfleet Academy board tasked with punishing James T. Kirk for cheating on the Kobayashi Maru exam. In 2009 Star Trek, Kim Cattrall portrayed Lieutenant Valeris, a Vulcan who was mentored by Captain Spock at Starfleet Academy and was revealed to be a traitor conspiring with the Klingon. In 1991 Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Before he was famous for his work on Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane portrayed Ensign Rivers, an engineer, on 2 episodes of Star Trek, Enterprise, first in 2004 and then again in 2005. Seinfeld star Jason Alexander portrayed Kuros, a tactician and the spokesperson for a group of alien scholars, in a 1999 episode of Star Trek, Voyager. In 1998, Andy Dick portrayed EMH-2 Dr. Bradley, an emergency medical hologram, on an episode of Star Trek, Voyager. Ron Perlman was completely unrecognizable as a Reman in 2002 Star Trek, Nemesis. He donned heaps of special effects makeup to play Shinzon's second-in-command, the villainous telepath who mentally rapes Deanna Troi. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul star Jonathan Banks appeared on a 1993 episode of Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. Before he starred as Doc Brown in Back to the Future. Christopher Lloyd portrayed the main villain, the ruthless Klingon Commander Krug, in 1984's Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. Rage Against the Machine and Audioslave guitarist Tom Morello has just a handful of acting credits on his Russia 00E9 Sumo 00E9, and 2 are from the Star Trek franchise. In 1998, he portrayed a Sun A officer in Star Trek, Insurrection. And in 2000, he had a brief cameo as crewman Mitchell on an episode of Star Trek, Voyager. Lost star Terry O'Quinn portrayed Admiral Eric Pressman, the controversial commander of the USS Pegasus. On a 1994 episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation. X-Men director Bryan Singer made his acting debut in 2002's Star Trek, Nemesis. He had a blink and you'll miss it cameo as an uncredited tactical officer working at the security console on the Enterprise in 1998. Iggy Pop portrayed Alien Yelgrun on an episode of Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. Bill Hader voiced a computer aboard the Vengeance, the vessel belonging to Benedict Cumberbatch's Khan. In 2013's Star Trek Into Darkness,